again. I had to leave this here.
Okay.
Finally, we're back.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
No. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of technical difficulties,
I
but
know, right?
yeah, but we need to continue where we left off because
Yes, yes. Should we
I
like wait and see who else joins?
mean, do you want to?
Yeah, because it's only us three at the moment.
Okay, just like usual, innit?
Our usual Sunday, Thursday, and Sunday meetings.
Naisha said you're sideways.
I'm sideways. Oh, is that better?
Yeah,
Yay!
so nice. I love the hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, who done it?
My sister's friend.
Okay, it looks really nice. I love it.
My Christmas hair, you know.
Yeah, I can do it in my hair. I've got work and wearing tier 4.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop you.
Well, no one even knows what tier 4 means. So
No, I didn't even know what tier 3 or 2
it's
meant, actually. Yes.
come back, man.
Huh?
Hope people come back. It was like it was doing. I
Yeah.
was gonna start anyway because if we save the video, then
Yeah.
we can have it to watch.
Yeah. So basically, I think where we left off was you saying that you wanted to be like an example for your kids,
Yes.
which I totally see, totally understand. I want them to have something to strive for. Like, I just want them to have more opportunities. Why is everybody calling me? Why is sorry, I was just getting a call. Like, what the heck? Sorry. It seems like no one ever.
Oh, your
Huh?
sound went for a minute, like you were talking and I couldn't hear you.
No. I'm saying like literally no one ever calls my phone. And then today, now I'm on live, everyone's calling my phone. He's still calling me. Yeah. I'll have to speak to him. I'm sure it's not no emergency.
We should start again, or
Oh,
will you again? It's probably best.
okay.
All right. So, um, yeah. So you started. You did a lovely introduction before, so I'm going to let you do that.
I did. um Basically, I think what I was saying to begin with initially, you know, this idea of blank checks came about because of, you know, the lack of opportunity that I saw in our community. I didn't see this sense, we didn't have this sense of community to build and make our own. So initially, that's how the idea started for me. I'm sitting down wondering, why do we not have our own schools? Why do we not have our own educators? If we do, where are they? Like, why do I not know about them? Because I see, like, if I don't know, then nobody knows. We
Yeah.
don't have access to a lot of things that we possibly could have access to just
Mm,
for our own, by our own, you know.
exactly.
if we want to go to a restaurant, for example, we wouldn't naturally think, oh, let me go to a Caribbean or African restaurant. You know, it's literally, let's go Chinese, let's go Indian. And that's where we're spending our money. Why is it so hard for us to spend our money
You know.
in our own, within our own, and feel good about it?
Exactly.
Like, why can't we go and buy a nice designer tracksuit from somebody of our own culture that's making it and putting in the effort and giving them the £80 instead of giving it to Adidas or Nike or whoever? So it's those kind of things that kind of inspired me to do something like Blank Cheques.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
I personally want a change in the mentality of our community
definitely. Yeah.
instead of, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think everything you're saying is spot on. I think, you know, it is blank checks for me, and I'm just so grateful for this opportunity because it is about us coming together and just building our Black community so we can have an actual community.
Yeah, like everybody else has got a community that they
But
can go to, you know.
everyone has their segments that, you know, they work together and build, and I think
Hmm.
we don't have that.
We
Very
do.
much missing in our culture. Like
Hmm.
saying before, we seem to have to jump over so many hurdles in every aspect. You know what I mean? When it's schools, our kids are always going through the hurdles in school, having facing the stereotypes, always
Yeah,
placed at the bottom in schools. When it's the workplace, we're always looking to
in
get
them, yes.
looked. We always prove ourselves to
Yeah,
be and to be given the same opportunity as our white and other
yeah.
counterparts. It really isn't fair. And for that reason, why not happen? Also, like I was saying, it's because ultimately it was built on the backs of black people.
Hmm.
When you look at the old Wall Street, when you go back to slavery, while other communities seems to be benefiting from slavery, except for black. Why is, you know?
Yeah.
I just think it's a time we have to make it. You know what I mean? And I think that at the moment, like you've seen loads of businesses pop, I think is amazing.
Hmm.
We need that sense of community. Like we need our own schools, we need our own banks, we need our own businesses. And for me, a lot of that starts by getting the community together,
Hmm.
getting the community together in to find out people's mindsets. Do you know what I mean? Why are we so quick to spend
Yes.
our community rather than within our own? You know, um, yeah, just basically having that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We have been trained and brainwashed to think a certain way, which is a backwards way of thinking, and it's to our detriment. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't hasn't benefited us at all.
Hmm.
But than we are now. We should actually be the one running the show. Um, yeah, and that's what I want to see for our community, really.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Um,
Yeah,
I.
even a legacy for the young people after us. You know, the black people, we are so great. You know, we're the best athletes, we're the best doctors, where we invent things. Like their history is amazing, but
Mhm.
in show and new generation, especially the new generation of young people coming out, they're at a lot, and if your history, you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're worth. It
That's the problem.
everything from the
Yeah.
so yeah, we need to step up, and I'm so excited for this opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be big, and I just really want to get up people find out, you know, where their heads at and how we can really
Yes.
and push this. So yeah,
Okay. Um.
should we let Natasha jump in?
Yeah. I was just about to say. I'm dying to know what she has to say
Yeah,
and her experience of everything. So thank you, Angelique, for joining me tonight.
yeah,
Um. I don't know. I'm not hosting, so.
Yeah, I think you have to leave and then
Yeah. All right.
rest. All right,
Okay.
take
All
care.
right. I'll still be here. I'll still...
Yeah, get it. Keep watching.
Of course. All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so Naisha, if you could put in a request, it would be great to hear from you as well. Yay. Start to feel a bit lonely in here by myself. Ah, why did it say you declined? Hello, why did you decline? Can you do it again? Literally. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, you didn't. No, she's got to come on. I'm waiting. I request you. Okay, how do I do that? Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay, I've sent you something. I think it's a request. You know me, I'm not the most tech savvy person, so did you get the request, Naisha? Shall I send it again? No. Oh, guys, I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think it's done now. I don't know what I did before, but that one definitely said request.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to what did I try to do? I cleared it and I didn't realize it was gonna cut me off. So apologies
That's all right. Main
for
thing,
that. I think it's a little bit delayed.
yeah. So obviously, I know you heard what me and Prin were talking about, like what blank checks meant for us and what we want for blank checks and what we want for our community. And it would just be really, really interesting for you to give your thoughts on that as well and just kind of add to that.
Well, good evening, everybody.
She went all formal. Good
I
evening.
should start by that. Well, I just kind of came on and started rambling about why I couldn't get on, so I thought I better say hello properly. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a bit of a journey the last few months.
Mm,
And blank checks is something that means a lot to me in terms of financial wealth and economics,
yes.
um, financial power. Especially, I think a lot of that has stood out this year when it comes to Black Lives Matter, and just other things around how we, police brutality, how we've lost our lives. And I've seen a lot of change, well, not change, but forward movement in our community in terms of strength, standing stronger together,
Yeah.
which I think is a start of a beautiful journey, which is long overdue. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing that always is going to stand out even more is financial economics and
100%.
financial planning, and we don't have enough of that.
Exactly.
There was some of it when our parents and grandparents, aunts and uncles first came to this country, and they pulled together with partners and susus and different things like that, and houses and what have you. And that has been lost along the way. I mean, we still do them, but
Mm,
not necessarily for the reasons that they did back then.
exactly.
Um, And I think the mentality of our community when it comes to money is definitely lacking. And
100%.
we are spending our money in the wrong places. As you mentioned earlier, money does not stay in our community long enough. And every other nationality has that going for them. Ours is hours, everybody else is days, weeks, months. And that needs to change. That
Mm.
we can stand on our own understanding and stand firm together. But that's not going to happen if we don't start making some changes, if we don't start changing what's going on up here, if we don't start thinking about our children,
Spot on. Yeah.
because it's not just necessarily about us. We're just starting the journey for um
Even legacy, really.
for the next generation. But I don't think a lot of us have realized that. We're getting to realize that, but it's been a slow process, and slow better than none at all. But it needs to be consistent, because what are we gonna leave for them? What do we want them to have the same start that a lot of us have had, the same kind of mentality, starting off with debt if they go to university, you know, um, get to a certain age and boom, your life just starts deteriorating
Exactly.
financially. It's about us having some assets and not so much liabilities, or the assets paying for the liabilities, and then having some money in the bank, and just not in the bank even. Because I don't trust the banks. I think they're the biggest frauds around. But what I mean, in terms of having economic wealth somewhere that
Yeah.
it can be passed down from generation to generation, we have some
Yeah.
change. So yeah, that's what Blank Cheques is for me, a place where we can create projects that other people can get involved in, that they can also get an income from and pass down if, when we perish, because we will,
Yeah.
um, and that they can look back and have a better start than we do, you
Exactly.
know.
That is the main thing. I think it is just about giving the generation after us that a good head start in life. But they're starting off from a place where they can move forward, not starting from having to build before they progress. They can
Yeah,
actually head start that they can just build upon and go
yeah,
further. But we do need to do the groundwork for them. Otherwise, we're just in that same vicious cycle. Do you know what I mean? And when people, like, depending on your religious beliefs, but it is very much like a generational curse, because all we're doing is doing the same things, having the same spending habits, teaching the same things, and generation on after generation, we're all starting off at a disadvantage, and that needs to be the very, very thing to change. And I think that's why it's so important that we can come on a platform like this and have a conversation and literally deal with the mindset, find out where everyone's mindset is, find out how we can grow, how we can move forward. What are the perceptions in our community that's stopping us from spending within the community,
yeah,
so we can expand. So I think you really, really hit the nail on the head when you said it's literally dealing with what's up here, so that we can deliver something within the community, so we can have something. I'm really, really passionate about having a sense of community within the Black community in every way sense possible. I just think we should have our own, because nobody's considering us, and so we have to consider ourselves. Do you know what I
absolutely.
mean? That's my position. Yeah. You gave a lot good food for thought there. Hello, Goldrich One. No, thank you for joining us. Is that Mr. Brown?
Yeah,
Thank
that's my brother. Hey,
you.
Ryan. Yeah, we have to do some only we can help ourselves. We can't just ask for handouts all the time. We have to be able to start. It starts with us. No one's ever gonna give us reparations. Never. No one's ever gonna give us a grand apology. We
Exactly,
are the lowest of the low in certain communities' eyes.
exactly.
Um,
And the same, like I was saying when Prin was on here earlier, it starts. It started with us. Do you know what I mean? All these other communities are benefiting from the work and the effort that Black people have put in, and we are the only ones not benefiting. Like, people are still benefiting from slavery today, but
Yeah.
we're, do you know what I mean? And like I said, no one's going to apologize. Oh, sorry, you went through 600 years of whatever. No one's going to give us what's justly owed to us. So we need to be taking it. We need to be going out there and just doing us for us, really, because no one else seems to be paying us any attention. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think it will be good because it will I think once it starts, it will motivate others to do the same. And then we now create a new habit, which is actually beneficial to our community. So,
Well, let's not what should I say? Let's take into consideration that this has been happening for a long time. I
yes.
think that now it's just becoming, there's a lot more light being shed on it, and
Mhm.
we're noticing that there are other organisations and people in our community that are doing what we set to do, just in a different way, and we have to acknowledge them. And we need to link with them. We need to join with them. We need to have a platform that can say yes, one community, one voice, one nation, um, and come together. You know, there's nothing wrong with a community having various different um, projects or businesses or what have you that are alike, as
Exactly.
long as we do it respectfully and acknowledge one another. You know, I live in an area where I've got about 7 kebab shops all in one stretch,
Yeah.
and they're all booming. You
Yeah.
know, they're all communicating with each other and they're all doing well.
Exactly.
So we can do the same. I mean, I'm reading a book right now. Oh, I wish I had it next to me. It's Robin Walker's, and I'm sure he'd love me saying this. Robin Walker's The Rise and Fall of Black Wall Street and the 7 Key Principles to Financial Success. And you know, he really talks about the Wall Street in Tulsa back in the 1920s, and
Mm.
how we had 108,000 businesses that were booming, churches,
Yeah.
schools,
Yeah.
every type of business that every other nation had, we
Yeah.
had it. We had our own bus companies and so on and so forth. But of course, we were doing too well, and it got taken away from us. And yet again, we never got an apology. They
Yeah.
just feel that they can just take us down.
Yeah.
So we have to be smart. We have to be creative.
Hmm.
We have the opportunity to really stand firm. You stand firm, then there's no blocks that can. You do this, you can't break this. But if you do this, that can be broken. Do you understand? So we need the building blocks so that we're able to stand firm and no one can break
Oh,
the link
so
within our community. You know, and until we're able to do that, trust one another, work with one another,
mm-hmm.
believe in one another, believe in ourselves that we can do this, that we will do this. Our time will come,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, I definitely
You
feel
know,
I feel like there is a movement within the Black
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
I mean, even just in this lockdown alone, I've seen so many Black businesses pop up. Like you said, there's
yeah.
trying to do what we're doing as well. There is definitely a movement in the community. So
There
I
is,
doubt that we will
and
get um
even down to just now, you know, there's a brother that's joined. Hi, Terry, Mr. Riggs. You know, he knows me well,
uh
and you know, he can tell you about the different businesses, and he's a rooter for our community, big time. You know, so he will push out the word for what we're doing. We
yeah,
can support one another going forward, and we have to
yeah,
for ourselves or for our children and
yeah,
children's children and so on and so forth. Because if not, what are we leaving them to? You
exactly.
know, the world is changing so fast. Some of the things that happen now, I never thought we'd see in our lifetime. They've been telling us these things are going to happen, but I never thought that it would happen in our lifetime. And it is, and it's going to continually change
Yeah,
rapidly.
yeah,
So we need to prepare our children. We need to give them the skills. We need to give them the backbone as well. And also, let me just mention as well, because I feel like sometimes we can really have an emphasis of building our own empire, our own businesses, and those kind of things. And we have to remember that not everybody is to be a business owner, but
right.
it's as long as you have enough assets that you're able to stand alone if you needed to, that you if you lost your job or what have you, you're able to survive a year plus,
Yeah.
that you've got multiple streams of income. So some of the things that are to come through Blank Cheques on this platform is I want to start a podcast real soon and start having these conversations and putting out content where we can help change the mindset of our community and just drop nuggets that people can go and continue research or find courses or come and work with us in some kind of way. We want to drop some projects that help us to build together as a community and come together as one.
Literally.
And much more than financial, Blank Cheques is what it says on the label. It's how much money do you need? How much money are you going to put on that blank check for yourself and your family? And what we're going to do to help you get there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main things, but also around everything that's to do with our community as well. Not just about finance and wealth, but also about well-being.
Yeah.
And charity as
Yeah.
well. We know that charity starts at home. So there's a lot to come.
Yeah.
I'd say bear with us, encourage us, hold us accountable as well for what
Yeah.
it is that we're doing.
Yes. Having a platform like this will keep us accountable and will make us have to be accountable for us delivering what we say we're going to. And I think it's also going to be a very good learning opportunity, because just how me and you are having this conversation about our vision of Blank Cheques, it would be really good to get our members, our followers, to jump in and also give their 2 pence on what they want to see and how they feel and what the lack is in the community. And that fund how I see us growing. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think this
Me
is
too.
been
I look forward to us three women
I
continuing, three black women working together. It's a powerful number
yeah,
as well. And then, getting our children involved as well
exactly.
going forward. And yeah,
I,
it's exciting. It is exciting.
this is exciting. This is the time, and this is the time for our community to grow. So it's going to be really interesting to see the way this takes off.
Yeah.
There's potential in this, and yes, we're just starting out, but like I said, if people could just bear with us, stand with us, and push us, we'll by no means
And give us ideas as well. If there's anything that you feel like you want us to do or you want to see happening, because we can't think of everything. And it's not about us, it's about you. We're
yeah,
doing this for you,
exactly.
and we are you, because we're all part of the same. So, anything that you feel, this is a very good idea, or have you tried this, or have you thought about that, or we would like to see, just let
Yeah,
us know, drop us a message. We'll get back to you. We are still setting up. And we'd rather, as I said this, Gina, if you're still in the call, she'd have heard me say this on Sunday. I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we want to make sure that we do it properly and we don't just crash and burn, and that we're around for a long time, because this can be a really amazing project if we do it right, if we do it together. So
yeah.
that's the last words.
Well, giving your 2 pence. Thank you, Corinne, as well, for giving our 2 pence. Thank you to, you say Gina and Mr. Riggs.
Gina and Mr. Riggs, yeah. They're not here now, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Cool.
yeah, thank you for just giving us the time anyway. And yeah, just please watch this space, watch us grow, and we will deliver.
Yeah.
On that note, I shall end and speak to you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Night, Prin.